Ale się nadajemy.
Za kasę to się każdy nadaje.
O, panie.
Well, hello everyone, and a very warm welcome once again to Kielce in Poland, where you join us for further coverage of the 2021 AIBA Youth World Boxing Championships for men and women. My name's Ronald McIntosh. I'll be your commentator here on Ring A at the Halle Legionov in the beautiful city of Kielce. You can see from that shot, we have 2 rings in operation. Also Ring B, where my colleague Andy Clark will be commentating. And today on this session of boxing, we're at the quarter-final stage. And bouts coming for you thick and fast, 14 across the session, starting off in the 54 kilograms women's bantamweight division. We then move up to the 69 kilogram welterweight weight class for women before switching over to the men's tournament. We have action starting at light flight, then we'll move up to bantam, 56 kilograms, light welterweight, middleweight, and the 91 kilogram heavyweight divisions. And with this being at the quarterfinal stage, the winners here progressing through to the final 4, where they will be guaranteed a medal. So the stakes incredibly high at this stage of the tournament, 7 days in. And all of these boxers now within touching distance of achieving a place on the medal podium here at Kielce 2021. 278 contests have been concluded over the 6 completed days, and 24 athletes are already medalists. 112 boxers in action for the remaining 56 medals on day 7. So we're going to kick things off in the women's 54 kilogram bantamweight division.
His opponent in blue corner, representing Uzbekistan, Nijina Uktamova. Judge assignment: 1 Sri Lanka, 2 Mongolia, 3 Hungary, 4 Slovakia, 5 Armenia. Referee Luca Vadilonga, Italy.
So the 10-point must system in effect. We have 5 judges seated around the boxing ring using that method to score this contest, and they come from Sri Lanka, Mongolia, Hungary, Slovakia, and Armenia. There is the boxer from Thailand, Nopaket Srisawas, 17 years of age. Just awaiting the arrival of her opponent in the blue corner. And there she is, Nigina Uktamova, also 17 years old, from Uzbekistan. Luca Varilonga of Italy is the referee. Srisa was preparing for her 3rd bout of the women's bantamweight tournament. Uktamova preparing for bout number 2 after receiving a bye in the first preliminary round, effectively the round of 32. This the busiest weight category in the women's tournament, 20 boxers comprising the 54 kilogram bantamweight division.
Round 1.
So we're underway then. Quarter-final action in the women's 54 kilogram bantamweight division between boxers from Thailand and Uzbekistan. The boxer wearing red is Nopaket Srisawas, 17 years of age. Has been very impressive so far in her 2 completed bouts to date to book her place here at the quarter-final stage. But the woman who's just scored with a corkscrew left is Nigina Uktamova. And Uktamova finding the range immediately. She was put onto the end of a left jab there. And then using nice footwork to back away from Srisawas as she goes in search of offense over the front foot. Solid right hand landed by Srisawas. She kind of stepped through with it, so lost her balance a little bit, but make no mistake, it was a scoring shot. And then she's finding the range with a lead left hand as well. Action in the opening round has been pretty busy for these boxers bidding to make it through to the medal rostrum here at Kielce 2021. And Srisawas really looking to establish that lead left hand now. Now she switches southpaw, one of the facets she's demonstrated over the course of the preceding days. Catches Uktamova with the right hand as Uktamova was trying to disengage. Nice left jab to the body from the woman in blue. Solid left jabs exchanged with the two boxers at center ring, and they really are teeing off on one another right now, having success landing, but neither boxer able to avoid the punches of their opponent. And Uktamova getting onto the front foot, backing Srisawas into the ropes. Now the action back at ring center, just beyond the midpoint of the opening round. Srisawas scoring with a left hand and then turned it into a hook. She comes back with a bent arm left jab, and that was countered by a straight left from Uktamova. Uktamova forcing her opponent backwards behind a fusillade of straight shots. Action in the neutral corner on the far side of the ring from our commentary position. Nudging little right hand scored from Srisawas as she was backing away. Reverse 1-2 saw the left hand land for the woman in red. But then look at the response from Uktamova as she comes forward with a two-shot combination. Left, right, straight punches, and found the range with them. Incredibly competitive opening round, this one. Two-way action as Srisawas looking to target the body and head with the right hand. Another swarming attack from Uktamova. Srisawas trying to put some distance between herself and her opponent with that lead left. Solid right hand landed by Uktamova. Action in the neutral corner just above our commentary position here. So closing seconds of what has been a blistering opening round. My goodness. And an active conclusion to the opening round from Uktamova. Non-stop punching from opening bell to last. And it's the industry of Uktamova that is being rewarded. 10-9 across the board in favor of the woman in blue. But make no mistake, Srisawas in that contest, in that round, for every second of the round. Some of the action from where there were punches being delivered practically non-stop. Plenty of skill and thought behind it as well, though. Wasn't just blind aggression, hoping to land. They were working their way into range. But then look at that, give and take throughout the course of the contest. And given how close it was, well, Srisawas will still fancy her chances to be able to get back on terms if she can just produce a little bit more in what was a very even opening round, even though all of the scorecards have gone against her.
Round 2.
So into the second round then, Nagina Uktamova comes out with a right cross, which was right on the money, and she's letting her hands go frequently again, driving Srisawas back to the ropes, and Srisawas remaining against the strands, totally square on, and takes another left hand. Surely not where she wants to be. She gets off the ropes and scores with a jab, but look at the unrelenting aggression and the pressure being applied by Uktamova. Terrific start to the round for her in the opening 30 seconds of the second frame. Left jab once again landed by the boxer in blue, and once more. She appears to be the slightly more compact athlete, but her timing on that lead left hand is impressive. Comes in as the reigning 2020 National Youth Champion of the Central Asian nation, does Uktamova. Approaching a minute gone, solid left hand landed by Srisawas, and Srisawas now trying to get onto the front foot. Corkscrew left lands for Uktamova, and then she's looking for bent arm punches at mid-range with the hooks from both flanks. So the referee allowing the two boxers to work away. They do so, sorting things out themselves before getting back beyond punching range. They fall into a tangle on the inside once again. Srisawas trying to will her way forwards She'll be aware of the context of the contest coming into the second round thanks to Aiba live scoring and really trying to get over the front foot in the second half of this round. Solid left jab landed by Srisawas as Uktamova is looking for backhands over the top. Now remember, the left jab has served her terrifically. Thinking boxers up there as Srisawas just threatening to stray low with that right hand. It was right around the belt line, but look at Uktamova again driving the woman in red backwards, simply imposing her will, burrowing away to the body to produce another terrific portion of the round. Effective aggression being produced by Uktamova, looking for that right cross. She ran into a left jab from Srisawas, but Uktamova has really imposed her authority on this contest here in the second round. And Srisawas trying to compete, but invariably she is being consistently backed up and outworked. Big shift is being produced by Uktamova to put her in this advantageous position. At least that's how I see it. There is still 30 seconds for Srisawas to produce some quality or some big punches to get herself back into it. Oh, terrific left hand to the body once again by Uktamova. Srisawas responds with the right hand over the top. But bulldozing her way forwards once more is Uktamova, and there's a right hand over the top. She really swung for the fences with the subsequent right hand and couldn't find the range. Brilliant second round of boxing produced by the woman in blue. Industry and imagination combined, and she was threatening to overwhelm Srisawas for large portions of that second round. How will the 5 judges seated ringside see it? And look at that, 10-8 scores sprinkled in there. And going into the third and final round, Nagina Uktamova in a really commanding position on the scoreboard. This was absolutely incessant pressure that was applied as soon as the bell rang to begin round number 2. And Srisawas, well, she found herself pinned to the ropes far more often than she would have liked.
Seconds out, please. Round 3.
So into the third and final round then. And Nagina Uktamova out onto the top of the logo and scoring with straight punches once again, just as she did in the second round, really looking to impose her authority in the early stages of this final 3-minute frame. Srisawas, the 2019 National Games champion, has just taken a corkscrew left. She scored with a right cross over the top in response. But Uktamova, the 17-year-old who enjoyed a glittering junior career, coming away with Asian Continental Championship gold and junior domestic gold as well. What a transition she has made to the youth classification, one age group up, and surely rampaging her way to the Final Four and medal platform in the bantamweight division here on the global stage of the 2021 AIBA Youth World Championships. Lands with a pot shot right hand once again, steps back into the pocket with the same shot. There is still 2 minutes, nothing preordained in sport in general, but boxing in particular, because one shot can turn everything that has preceded it on its head. But Uktamova is looking irresistible here with a minute gone in this third and final round. In rounds 2 and 3, she's asserting herself in a sense that suggests she simply will not be denied in her pursuit of a place on the medal rostrum. It has been really impressive to behold. So much thought behind her work as she takes a stiff left jab from Srisawas, and Srisawas, who needs an enormous final round, simply doesn't appear to have the energy to launch the aggressive burst that she needs. It's going to be very difficult to win the contest in this posture, on the back foot and looking to pot shot her way. If that's the approach she's choosing to adopt, well then you're looking for a perfect punch to wipe out your opponent with one blow or a combination. But at this type of tempo, Uktamova, as she lands with a left jab, which threatened to score with or land with the heel of the hand, pot-shotting her way to more points on the scorecard now. Terrific punch picking from the woman in blue, and she has demonstrated so much variety in her work. On the front foot, getting inside, scoring at mid-range, and short range with shots to the body. And then the left jab has been the foundation upon which her success has been built. She neglected it momentarily in the second round, but then there it is in evidence, right on cue. Left jab setting up a looping right over the top, then a corkscrew left hand lending inside. And this is absolutely sensational stuff being produced by Nagina Uktamova of Uzbekistan. Left, right once again, and Srisawas, well, that 10-second clapper coming at an opportune time for her because she's in danger of being punched to a standstill. It's been an absolutely sensational display from the woman in blue, and surely it will be Nagina Uktamova who goes storming into the semi-finals of the women's 54-kilogram bantamweight tournament. A terrific display of effective aggression, of intelligent boxing, taking charge of the contest and simply producing an unrelenting display of non-stop educated pressure that was too much for Nopaket Sirawas to handle.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this bout by unanimous decision is the boxer from the blue corner, Nagina Uktamova, Uzbekistan.
Well, what a sensational performance. There is confirmation of a unanimous points decision victory for Nagina Uktamova of Uzbekistan, and she goes into the semi-final stage and a guaranteed place on the medal podium. Srisawas eliminated at the quarterfinals, did well in her preceding two contests, but at the quarterfinal stage, Uktamova leaving no doubt that she was the better boxer.
Ladies and gentlemen, bouts number 280 in ring A, women's bantam, 51-54 kilogram. Into the red corner, please welcome boxer from Russia, Anastasia Kirienko. And his opponent, representing Belarus in blue corner, Irina Vinogradova. Judge assignment 1 Uzbekistan, 2 Sri Lanka, 3 Scotland, 4 Czech Republic, and 5 Slovakia. Referee Valery Pastuchov, Moldavia.
So they're the judges scoring bout number 280. They come from Uzbekistan, Sri Lanka, Scotland, Czech Republic, and Slovakia. There is the Russian boxer, Anastasia Kirienko, 17 years of age. For her second bout of Kielce 2021. Valery Pastuchov of Moldova is the referee.
Round 1.
So we're underway then. Bantamweight action in the 54-kilogram weight class in the quarterfinal stage. Boxers looking to earn themselves a place on the medal podium. Boxer wearing red is Russia's Anastasia Kirienko. Her opponent in blue is Irina Vinogradova. Patient start to this contest for both of the boxers. They look to feel one another out. Southpaw jab flicked out by Kirienko. To measure her with that backhand coming in is Vina Radova. Plenty of fating over that front foot from the taller boxer. Lead hand down by her belt line as she continues to shape up in front of her opponent, repels that backhand that came in from the woman in blue. Nice right-left combination, the southpaw left cross, finding the range right at the end of the shot. Vina Radova just looking to score in singles at the moment to try and get inside the greater reach, but there she was picked off by a counter lead right jab as well from the woman in red, so she may have to double up her attacks here, Vina Radova. This type of territory, well, it appears to be Kirienko's contest. Nice right jab to the body from the woman in red. Oh, that's a beautiful left hand. Really did show imagination to penetrate the high-held gloves of the woman in blue. Vina Radova again looking for that backhand, but hasn't really had any success in finding the range. And again, she's looking to score her points in singles. Vina Radova with nice defense, putting the gloves up, but the solid left cross straight through the guard once again brings about a standing count. And that has been a really profitable punch for Anastasia Kirienko. Just under a minute to go in the opening round, and Kirienko finding the range with terrific consistency as she puts her opponent on the end of that lead right jab. She'll take tremendous confidence from the fact that she's brought about a standing count. And Vina Radova just finding this a difficult puzzle to solve as Kirienko drops down with a whipping left hand around the body. Defense is effective once again for Vina Radova. She has to be mindful that she doesn't become gun-shy here. First round is almost completed, and she's had very little success to speak of during the course of that first 3 minutes. Continually looking for single pot shots, but at the distance in which she's choosing to operate or the distance at which she's being kept, well, Kirienko in complete control. Some 10-8 scores sprinkled in, and again in AIBA boxing, the interpretation of the 10-point must system, 10-9 for a close round, 10-8 for a clear round, 10-7 total domination. Some of the action from round number one.
Плотно на ней, иди дерись, понимаешь? Так толку не будет, ничего. Если ты выйдешь сейчас опять, что с такими руками? Руки подними с уклонами, поджимай, бей, бей. Плотнее на ней надо работать. А что ты...
Seconds out, please. Round two.
Into the second round then. Very good opening round of boxing from the woman in red, Anastasia Kirienko, who controlled the distance and indeed the tempo of the first 3 minutes. Vina Radova really struggling to find her way into her own punching range. And again, she's starting the second round at a similar tenor. Now remember, the boxers and their teams will be aware of the context of the bout, thanks to AIBA live scoring here at Kielce 2021. There's been no discernible change in the tempo or the urgency of Vina Radova. What changes can she make as she's put on the end of a right hook, left cross in the concluding stages of that combination? And again, that's a solid right hand landed by the woman in blue, her best shot of the entire contest. Now she's trying to get over the front foot and close the distance, but Kirienko presenting an elusive target. Concentration absolute from both boxers. Good defense with the gloves from Vina Radova once again to repel that 1-2 combination from the woman in red. Vina Radova coming forward with just a little bit more urgency now, but picked off by a right-left combination out of that southpaw stance. Just think there needs to be more work from Vinohradova through the halfway stage of this second round. I'm not quite sure this type of punch output is going to get it done against Kirienko, because Kirienko appearing incredibly comfortable up there in the boxing ring. And surely the onus is on the woman in blue to try and do something to change that as Kirienko gets through with a left cross once again. Cracking right jab snapped up from the belt line by Kirienko. Just presented the same shot almost as a decoy there. Vinohradova hasn't been able to quicken her feet, hasn't been able to increase her punch output as Kirienko scores to the body. Swinging and missing is Vinohradova, and she's countered by a looping left hand out of that southpaw stance. So 2.5 minutes gone, and Kirienko controlling this one on her own terms once again. Vinohradova, as she's picked off by another raking left cross. Vinohradova really having her work cut out here. She hasn't been able to quicken her work or increase the pressure. And at this type of distance and this type of pace, well, Kirienko is just waltzing her way through the round. 2 in the book, both of them in favor of the woman in red. Very good boxing indeed. There's confirmation of the second round in the book with another sprinkling of 10-8 scores, such as the control being exhibited by Kirienko. Take a look at some of that action from the second round.
Ты не можешь даже вперед пойти, ты с места стоишь. Ты ни шагу не делаешь. Ты делаешь два. Да ты не подходишь, ты стоишь на месте. Двойку пробьешь и все. С места. А ты раз-два, хотя бы еще два. Еще два просто. Давай, иди работай. Просто номер отбиваешь.
Seconds out, please.
Ничего не делаешь.
Round 3.
Well, coming into the third and final round, there has got to be a drastic change in tactics from the woman in blue, because she's boxed the first 2 rounds at this type of distance and at this type of tempo. And Anastasia Kirienko has just done pretty much as she likes. The 2021 National Youth Champion of Russia, the 2020 European Youth Silver Medalist, had harder contests than this through Kielce 2021. To book her stage at this quarter-final juncture of the tournament. Remember, the winner through to the medal podium, and there's a beautiful right jab once again. And Kirienko has really found her groove here in this quarter-final contest. Have to feel for Vinohradova, because she simply doesn't have armory with which to compete. She's trying to get inside. You can see she knows what she needs to do, but implementing it up there in the ring against such an accomplished operator as Kirienko, a different matter altogether. Having got to that close tempo, perhaps that close distance for the first time in the contest, she did try to free her hands, Vinohradova, but surely she needs to do that more often. Body shot with the left hand turned into a left cross over the top, and it brings over the second standing count of the contest. And Vinohradova cutting an incredibly frustrated figure up there in the boxing ring, because she simply cannot find an answer to the puzzle being posed by Kirienko. Kirienko demonstrating so many facets of her game here as she goes downstairs with a whipping left hand to the body. Vinohradova, she takes another stiff left cross. Simply hasn't been able to get herself into the contest. Hot shot left hand success once again from Kirienko. Vinohradova simply cannot find the educated pressure that she needs as she takes another left cross. Remember, she's had 2 standing counts already. She's conceded the first 2 rounds with a whole host of 10-8 scores in amongst these completed scorecards. But there has been no discernible change in approach from Vinohradova, and that must be disappointing, most of all to her, because she knows what she needs to do. There she did get her hands free and score with punches to the body, but she needed to do that. After conceding the opening round, she really did need to get busy, but just not able to raise her game, Vinohradova, and it will be Kirienko who goes through to the semi-final stage, where Nagina Uktamova of Uzbekistan awaits, and what a contest that promises to be between Russia and Uzbekistan. We'll await confirmation, but Anastasia Kirienko cruising through to the semi-finals and the medal podium here at Kielce 2021.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this bout by unanimous decision is the boxer from the red corner, Anastasia Kirienko, Russia.
Well, that is what Anastasia Kirienko is aiming for, the #1 spot here at the 2021 AIBA Youth World Championships. And she swaggers her way through to the semi-final stage, where Nagina Uktamova of Uzbekistan awaits, and that's how she did it. A very controlled display takes her through to the final 4. You have to feel for Vinohradova, simply couldn't get herself into the contest. It's Kirienko who is the victor.
And next bout introduction, bout number 281 in ring A, women's welter, 64-69 kilogram. Into the red corner, please welcome boxer representing Ukraine, Anna Sesko. And his opponent in the blue corner representing India, Arundhati Hoduhare. Judge assignment, 1 United States, 2 Armenia, 3 Italy, 4 Hungary and 5 Argentina. Referee Terezi Krejbychova, Czech Republic.
So we move up to the 69 kilogram welterweight division, and the judges scoring this one are from the United States of America, Armenia, Italy, Hungary, and Argentina. Well, there is the Ukrainian boxer Anna Sesko, 17 years of age, comes in as the 2020 European Championship silver medalist in the youth category at 69 kilogram welterweight. Reigning the 2020 national champion of her country. Arundhati Chowdhury is 18 years old, and she comes in with a 2019 continental bronze medal at 69 kilograms, took the national youth title in 2019. Our referee is from the Czech Republic. And just 9 boxers comprising the women's 69 kilogram welterweight bracket. Stark contrast to the men, where it's the busiest tournament, the busiest weight class of the entire tournament. Chowdhury preparing for the second bout Kielce 2021, having prevailed in the round of 16 over Casas Jerez of Colombia.
Round 1.
So we're underway then, quarter-final action in the 69 kilogram welterweight division for women. This one between boxers from Ukraine and India. And when you see the contrasting statures between these two boxers, well, the tactics clear and evident. Somehow, Sesko has got to find a way inside the towering range and reach possessed by Chowdhury. Boxing, a weight-governed sport, of course. There's difficulty with the head guard. of the Ukrainian boxer. But even though it is a weight-governed sport, if you were to believe your eyes rather than the scales, these two boxers look a couple of weight divisions apart, but they have to make weight for each and every bout in AIBA tournament boxing. So both are indeed 69-kilogram welterweight boxers. But Chowdhury, towering over opponents, will she be able to turn her attributes of height and length and reach into assets and keep her opponent in red at long distance? Content to work away at mid and short range there as she whipped in bent arm punches, coming forward on the front foot, did land with a left cross out of that southpaw stance. Left hand catching the woman in red before the boxers disengaged once again. And Chowdhury, while she's content to concede her longer reach, walks forward, and then look, she's right into the punching territory of Sesko. And Sesko scores with a good punch to the body. So coming over that front foot, but right into mid and short range, and takes a right hand over the top. Cleverly picked punch from Sesko. And one wonders whether there'll be any adjustment from Chowdhury in a bid to keep her opponent on the end of her straight shots. And look how long the gap is if Chowdhury were to extend that lead right jab and really commit to it, rather than falling in and finding herself in Sesko's preferred range. So Sesko remaining patient on the outside. Now she's where she wants to be, but there's an untidy tangle that ensues, causing the intervention of the referee. Looping left hand, but what a counter left by Sesko, remaining cool in the pocket. And when the punches from Chowdhury were coming in, she kept her composure and was able to land a couple of sneaky punches. But there's a jolting right jab landed by Chowdhury, and another one. So the first round in the book, Chowdhury, the aggressor, always on the front foot. But the punch picking of Sesko when under pressure, enough to take it for the majority of judges in the opening round. Well, there's an example of how Chowdhury conceding her attributes of height and length and reach and just walking in almost of her own volition into the punching compass of the woman in red, and she was able to take advantage by keeping calm when under pressure, scoring with some effective variety.
Seconds out, please. Round 2.
So into the second round we go then. And once again, the usual pattern resumes. Chowdhury clearly upping the tempo and the punch output to begin this second 3-minute round. And she calls timeout because, oh, what's that all about? I don't think I've ever seen that before. Ever. In all my years of watching AIBA boxing, different types of boxing at every level of the competition, from novices through to the world championship stage, I don't think I've ever seen a boxer called time to have something that is disrupting their tongue, be it a hair, be it a piece of tissue, whatever it is. Call time out and go and get it removed. That, an extraordinary interlude, but we're back to the action. Wow. Always learning in this job. That is another point of reference that we've just observed here. We'll be able to say in years to come, well, I saw a boxer called timeout because she had a piece of the towel, perhaps. I was irritating her tongue, so she went back to her corner to get it removed. But back to the task at hand, where both of these boxers are trying to make it through to the medal rostrum in the 69-kilogram welterweight division. Short of the range is Chowdhury, but she doubled up the attack, and she did just put her opponent on the end of these subsequent two shots after the first pair fell short. Well, there's no doubting the aggression of Chowdhury, but it hasn't really been effective through the first half of this second round. And again, look at the variety in evidence. Punching in the pocket from Zesko, scoring to both body and head. Left hand landed on the break from Chowdhury, but Zesko just keeping her cool. Scoring to the body once again, catching the advancing boxer in blue. Chowdhury goes downstairs with a nice left hand to the body, then scores with a left cross. Winging away with the left hand while holding with the right. Chowdhury doing a good job cutting off the ring by moving to her right just a couple of moments ago. Now she's trying to get over the front foot, perhaps did find a range at the full extent of that left cross. Zesko takes another left cross over the top and initiates a clinch. One of the few we've seen in this contest. Because usually Zesko looking to work away when Chowdhury falls into her own punching territory. Exchange of jabs as the 10-second clapper sounds. So the second round in the book, Chowdhury tried to up the tempo, but it wasn't any, well, she's got it across the board thanks to that increased work rate. So it's all square for 4 of the 5 judges. Counter shot success on the back foot such as that for Zesko. Again, Chowdhury coming forwards, and there is a school of thought in boxing that in a contest that's fairly even, the aggressor will be favored, but remember, it has to be effective aggression. It's merely making the contest
Seconds out, please.
shouldn't be deemed to be enough. As we enter the third and final round, this contest is up for grabs.
Round 3.
It is all square for 4 of the 5 scoring judges, 19 points apiece. After Zesko took the first round on a 4-1 split, Chowdhury rallied to take the second across the board. So it is 20-18 for one judge in favor of the woman in blue, and all square, 1 round apiece, 19 points apiece for judges B, C, D, and E. Both corners will be aware of that, and that is why we're seeing increased activity from both boxers. Zesko elected to go on the back foot. Chowdhury winging away with that left hand while holding with the right once again. Zesko, I'm surprised she's not looking to work in there. She had her hands behind the back of the woman in blue rather than freeing them up and trying to score with body punches on the inside. Nice final left-right combination from Chowdhury. Swiveling the head of the woman in red, and just wonder whether Zesko is feeling the pace here. It's been a physical contest. Breathing through an open mouth. Minute gone in the third and final round. And in always backing up, well, that could be perceived as negative by the judges, as though she's trying to nick this. Zesko with clever pot shots such as that. But here you see Chowdhury being the aggressor, and she is the one looking to make the contest. And as she continues to dig away with the left hand, well, in the clinches, Zesko not doing anything. It's Chowdhury who is working away with a free left hand. There's a sneaky left hand landed by Zesko, and then a clever right as she skipped away to her right. Now with a minute to go, who can produce some quality in there? Right on cue is a 2-shot combination from Chowdhury, catching up with a left-right out of that southpaw stance. And I'm just not sure that Zesko is being busy enough here. She's trying to pick her points, but then in sporadic bursts, she's being subjected to swarming attacks from the woman in blue. And she may be letting this one slip away simply by not being busy enough. Zesko, and again I posed the question as to whether she's feeling the pace. There she's digging away with body shots, but look at the sharp intake of breath and the visible exhalation through puffed cheeks from Zesko. Right hand over the top It's an effective shot, but look at the response it spurs from Chowdhury. As again, good left hand before retreating from Chowdhury. In the closing seconds, a big right jab backs up the woman in red. She gamely bites down on her gum shield and tries to dig away to the body. But in a contest that was in the balance, for my money, well, the woman in blue did far more work in the second round. And again, body language from athletes in their corners so often instructive. There were high fives over in that blue corner as soon as Chowdhury returned there. Altogether more subdued in the red corner of the Ukrainian boxer. One suspects it's going to be the industry of Chowdhury that will take her through to the medal rostrum in the women's 69 kilogram weight division. Outworking her opponent, landing a jolting right jab in the closing stages. Here's
Ladies
the
and
verdict.
gentlemen, the winner of this bout by unanimous decision is the boxer from the blue corner, Arundhati Chodwahare, India.
So there is confirmation of a unanimous points decision victory for Arundhati Chowdhury. She goes through to the final four of the women's 69 kilogram welterweight division. 2 wins out of 2, and she has guaranteed herself a medal here on the World Championship stage. Understandably delighted, but more to come. The semi-final will take place tomorrow in the afternoon session. Who will she be facing off again against? And that's a really good effort to overturn a 4-1 deficit at the conclusion of round 1.
64-69 kilogram. Into the red corner, please welcome boxer from Finland, Evelina Taijami. And his opponent representing Uzbekistan, Khadichabanu Abdullaeva.
So we remain in the 69 kilogram welterweight division, this one between boxers from Finland and Uzbekistan.
5 under Argentina. Referee Sean Rees, United States.
So here then the judges who will be scoring bout number 282, the 4th bout of our 12th session of boxing. They are from Slovakia, Kyrgyzstan, Sri Lanka, Hungary, and Argentina. There is Evelina Taijami, 19 years of age, from Finland, comes in as a 2019 European Youth Championship bronze medalist and took National Youth Championship gold at 69 kilograms last year. 7th there the tournament, and it is the first bout of Kielce 2021 for both of these boxers. It's been a long wait. I bet that they are absolutely raring to go and get their hands on one another up there in the boxing ring. Well, there is Khadichabanu Abdullaeva from Uzbekistan. 2 consecutive youth titles at 69 kilograms in the Central Asian nation. Sean Rees will be the 3rd person in the boxing ring. 2020 and 2019, the consecutive national youth titles came in the welterweight division, and she's the 2019 Asian Continental Championship bronze medalist as well.
Round 1.
So we're underway then. Quarter-final action in the 69 kilogram welterweight division. Just 9 boxers comprising this weight class. And so here on day 7, the 12th session of boxing, it is the first outing of Kielce 2021 for both of these athletes. Good left-right landed by Khadichabanu Abdullaeva. 18 years of age is the Uzbek boxer. Her opponent is 19. That is Evelina Taijami of Finland. Taller boxer looking to establish her range behind that lead left hand. Interesting choice of footwear from the woman in red as she takes her right hand over the top. You can see there, they look like she's getting ready for a run. Clearly more comfortable in the low cuts rather than the ankle or calf length boots that are very common indeed in the sport of boxing. Left hand got through the guard from Abdullaeva. Taimi just putting the heel of her glove into the face of her opponent before getting back beyond punching range. Looking to establish that left-right combination, but she was outscored to the body before she came back with a right hand of her own. Abdullaeva looking to get busy and target the torso of the woman in red now. Always a good tactic against a taller opponent. And then look at the uppercut success through the middle from the bustling little figure in blue. Really is letting her hands go and outworking Taimi. Terrific shot selection and evidence now. Bent arm work, but a strong right cross in response from Taimi turns that into an exchange. But make no mistake, the woman on top during the course of this coming together is Abdullaeva of Uzbekistan, driving her opponent back towards her own corner. Taimi turned the tables and tries to pin her opponent to the ropes, but this has been a non-stop burst of punching for about 40 seconds from Abdullaeva. Now she's beyond punching range, having got the better of those exchanges that came prior to that. Taimi looking to take advantage while Abdullaeva was resting. And now she steps back into the pocket and is being the aggressor once again. So some back and forth action, but for my money, it's Abdullaeva in blue who has got the better of it. Good right hand to the body. Shot came back in response over the top from Taimi. Nice left, right from Taimi. She wasn't at her full extent of range, but she landed with bent arm punches at mid-range that scored through the blue gloves of Abdullaeva. 10-second clapper, close to the belt. And on the sound of that, it's Abdullaeva who is getting busy once again. Strong right cross landed on the bell from Taimi. Terrific opening round. But for my money, it's the woman in blue who was the boss. And the scores from the 5 judges seated around the boxing ring. So some of the action then from that first round.
Смотри, когда ты поднимаешь, зачем это? На ногах держи. Не надо.
Second out, please.
Так же дергай и подходи, не торопись, понятно? Вперед.
Round 2.
So into the second round then. Abdullaeva of Uzbekistan was very busy indeed throughout the opening 3 minutes of round 1. Taimi starting this contest with a right hand over the top a few moments ago. Kidney punches not allowed in any code of boxing, particularly here in AIBA boxing. That infringement spotted immediately by the American referee, Sean Reese. So Abdullaeva really taking her foot off the gas here, presenting a different posture, keeping herself beyond punching range, steps back into the fray and got the better of that coming together. There was a single shot success for Taimi, but it was a 3-shot salvo from Abdullaeva. Taimi trying to work her opponent backwards. Abdullaeva up on her toes now, showing neat footwork as she scores with the left, right, then drops down with a right hand to the body. And it's skillful, educated pressure this as Taimi catches the woman in blue on the retreat with a nice right hand. Abdullaeva picks the times when she's going to let her hands go, but when she does, look at the accuracy on that work. Body and head with the left hand, spearing the defenses with the right hand as well, just as she did there. Terrific accuracy and a wide range of variety being exhibited by Abdullaeva. Really is showing a wide repertoire in terms of shot selection, and just look at how accurate the punches are, able to get beneath the elbows of Taimi. Taimi comes back with a left-right combination. The right hand got between the defenses of the woman in blue, but there's a beautiful left uppercut landed from Abdullaeva. Abdullaeva with a corkscrew left hand to just Forced Taimi to reset. So over 2 minutes gone in the second round. Taimi has been working away. She scored with a left, right, twice with the same combination. On both occasions it got through, but when Abdullaeva decides to put her punches together, she really is an impressive point scorer. Possesses every punch in the book, and the accuracy has been notable. But is she feeling the pace here now? Up on her toes, another huge lung full of air taken in. But look at her dig away to the body. And again, she's getting the better of these exchanges. Taimi trying to fire back, but her accuracy not nearly as pinpoint. But look at what it's taken out of Abdullaeva through 2 completed rounds. I think she's taken the second, but she's got 3 minutes to negotiate yet. And she appeared to be running pretty low on energy as she made her way back to the blue corner. So this final 3 minutes going to be very interesting, because there's no doubt that Abdullaeva of Uzbekistan has proved to be the better boxer over the course of the 2 completed rounds. But how much energy does she have to stay out of harm's way and to exhibit her skills, with the 3rd round still to come?
Seconds out, please. Round 3.
So into the 3rd and final round then. Abdullaeva, how much has she recovered during that 60-second intermission? Given the state of the contest, I'm surprised that Taimi isn't really going after her here, because she needs a big 3rd and final round, having conceded the first 2. That's a trip. So the gloves will be wiped clean, and we will resume. But given that her opponents appear to be visibly fading, this is just allowing her to buy time and allow her energy levels to replenish. Surprised that Taimi really isn't looking to quicken the tempo and up the pressure, because Abdullaeva will be able to do this, as tired as she is, with no punches coming in her direction for another 9 minutes, I'm sure. But then the onus is on Taimi to close the gap, come with attacks in waves and pin her to the ropes and look to work her over to body and head. But look at how clever Abdullaeva's being. Steals a glance to her blue corner. How long is left? She will know that, of course. All boxers, once they get some experience, have that inbuilt clock as to how long 3 minutes is, as to how long a minute is. And cleverly, Abdullaeva just letting her hands go to show the judges that she is engaging, as she lands with the right hand again to get the better of that coming together. So she's controlling the terms of this contest here, when really the onus was on Taimi to let her hands go in the fashion that she just did there. Straight punch successes for the woman in red, but she needs more of them. With over half of the round gone, well, she's allowing Abdullaeva to pick and choose when she comes in to engage. And surely she shouldn't be presented with that type of option, because Taimi should have been, well, she's the taller boxer, so constantly looking to close the distance as she did there behind that jab. Never mind that, Taimi, you keep on punching. The referee will determine whether it's an appropriate time to stop the contest. And Taimi looking to take advantage, as Abdullaeva became just a little bit distracted. And again, really feeling the pace, can barely move her feet, but still bobbing and weaving in the presence of the woman in red. And you have to say that this has been a very clever display. She's played possum for large parts of the round, has looked busy doing not very much, dancing, bobbing and weaving as though she's willing to engage, but for the most part, she's just looking for the seconds to tick away. But Taimi, it's as though she's bought into what she's selling, almost hypnotized by the rhythm that Abdullaeva was presenting, by getting up on her toes and just coming in on occasion to show the judges that, listen, this isn't a running meet. I am here to box. That's a very clever display. from Taimi, because for my money, she visibly faded in the closing stages of that second round, but Taimi not able to take advantage and produce the big final round that she needed to overturn the 2-round deficit she faced after rounds 1 and 2 were in the book. It will be Abdullaeva going through to the semi-final stage to face off against India in the form of Chowdhury. Let's get the official verdict.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this bout by unanimous decision is the boxer from blue corner, Katribanu Abdullaeva.
Well, a very clever display from Katribanu Abdullaeva, the Uzbekistan boxer, through to the semi-final stage, a guaranteed world championship medal here, a unanimous points decision victory where she managed her energy levels very well indeed. Terrific boxing in the first and second rounds, appeared to be very fatigued in the third, but still able to box on her own terms, engage when she chose to outpoint
And ladies and gentlemen,
Evelina Taimi of Finland. It's Abdullaeva who goes through to the final four, where she will face off against India's Chowdhury in the evening session tomorrow. Excuse me, the afternoon session tomorrow. So up next, we move to the men's 49 kilogram flyweight division.
Hekdelius. Judge assignments: 1 Scotland, 2 Czech Republic, 3 Kyrgyzstan, 4 Uzbekistan, 5 Ukraine. Referee Ashok Kabilansai, India.
So here then the judges who will score our opening 49 kilogram light flyweight bout. They come from Scotland, the Czech Republic, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, and Ukraine. Well, there is Nijat Husseinov, 18 years of age. Comes in as the 2020 National Youth Champion in the light flyweight division, following up from the National Junior title he took in Azerbaijan at 44 kilograms in 2018. His opponent is Levente Hegedus, 17 years of age. Ashok Kabilansai of India is our referee.
Round 1.
So the opening bell then, the 49 kilogram light flyweight division between boxers from Azerbaijan and Hungary. The taller figure wearing red is the Azerbaijan boxer Nijat Husseinov, 18 years of age, decorated national championship gold medalist in Azerbaijan in the youth and junior ranks. He's got a characteristic of pushing that mouthpiece out with his tongue, and he is a wicked body puncher. Despite being the tall Ranger figure, you perhaps, from the sight of him, may think that he's a straight shot merchant, but my goodness, when he dips at the knees and turns in hooks to the body, they are hurtful indeed. His opponent wearing blue is Levente Hegedus, 17 years of age, and he progressed here on a walkover, had a bye in the first preliminary round. So this, on day 7, his first bout of Kielce 2021. It's been a long wait, and unsurprisingly, he has started at a rapid clip, just eager to expel some energy in his bid to go through to the medal stages in the 49 kilogram light flyweight division. So the tactics clear then. Huseynov just taken a looping left before he countered with the same shot of his own. Terrific 1-2, and what an exchange. But it's Huseynov bombing away with that right hand who got the better of that coming together. Right hand and left hook were off the mark. That's a solid right cross landed with a bent arm, and the same shot once again. Huseynov has no problem conceding his height and range and reach. But as mentioned, he is comfortable in the pocket. He takes a stiff left jab and another one as he's looking to box on the back foot. Right hand digging in his back foot, landed by Huseynov. Just right back into the pocket. Physical tangle on the inside. Just tying up the left hand. Huseynov runs him into a jab. Oh, that's a jolting right cross landed by the man in red. And again, the impact was doubled up because the boxer in blue is pouring forwards. He's kept at bay by an accurate left-right combination. Launches a speculative right hand but couldn't find the mark. Huseynov tried to respond with the same shot and was inaccurate also. Wonderful left hand by Huseynov. He landed more frequently. Well, there's a clever tactic being produced here by Hedjidis because he's holding one of the hands of the man in red and winging away with the other one with his free hand while tying up his opponent. Right hand landed just before the bell from Huseynov. Action-packed opening round. I have to think that the man in red has done enough to take that, and he has done for 4 of the 5 judges seated ringside. So some of the action from that first round.
Megütötted a baljobbot, de ha ütembe ráütötted a bal egyenes, nagyon jó volt. Nem ért, ugye baljobban elérted, kicsit kivárt és belevágtad a baljobbal, nagyon jó volt. Ugyanez a tempó kell, jó, mert meg van zavarodva a gyerek. Fárasztva ezt a nyomni, oké? Hallottad, amit mondtam? Végig résbe kell tartani. Nincs csak a fejed len van és dolgozol. Ugrasz és megy a meló. Fent le. Oké?
Round 2.
So into the second round we go. Huseynov of Azerbaijan, part of a 9-strong Azeri boxing team, represented in every weight class in the men's tournament, other than at 91 kilogram plus super heavyweight. No women entered for Azerbaijan here at this tournament. As for Hedjidis, he's part of a 13-strong Azeri boxing team. Excuse me, Hungarian boxing team, 8 men, 5 women. And this, as he's running to a 3-shot combination, backhand, left jab, then another single shot, skipped his feet as if to say, okay, I'm still coming, but he's being picked off repeatedly. He has a left jab success of his own as he continues his twinkle-toed footwork, but he's being pinged by accurate straight punches like that reverse 1-2 from Huseynov. Good shot to the body by Hedjidis, and then he came back up with a shot to the head as well. Double attack, double phase attack produced by Huseynov, driving forwards and scoring with the right hand with Hedjidis back to the ropes. Becoming increasingly untidy, this one. Halfway through the second round, Stern talking in a direction of Hedjidis as he commits so fully to an attack that his momentum, helped by a little forearm from Huseynov, carried him to the other side of the ring. And same thing once again. So just losing his shape now, for my money, is the man in blue. And he regained the composure, but he sees being picked off as he tries to get into his own punching range, so perhaps getting a little bit frustrated and looking to put everything on a home run swing, because again, look at the price he's having to pay to get into punching range. He's plenty game, but the head movement isn't what it needs to be to avoid these accurate punches. And again, he winds up with a big overhand right, but in the meantime now, Huseynov piling up points, dipping to avoid the shots coming from Hedjidis, and he's continuing to have a brilliant second round, dropping his hands contemptuously. And Hedjidus becoming increasingly desperate from my perspective, really is looking to take his man out of there with a single shot. Because when he's trying to box, well, he's being picked off, and Huseynov feels he's got the measure of his man now as he runs him in to another right hand, pivots to make him miss. And Huseynov really is enjoying his boxing. Hedjidus enduring a difficult second round. Flashy left uppercut attempted by Huseynov. Corkscrew left hand land once again, as does another right cross, and there's the hitting and holding tactic in evidence once more from this roughhouse little character wearing blue. Second round in the book, a very good round produced by Nijat Huseynov of Azerbaijan. 10-9 with a 10-8 included. So going into the third and final round, the man in red in a really commanding position on the scorecards. And if the contest follows the trend that we have witnessed, well, he's only going to increase his dominance here. For my money, Hedjidus has got to do something different because he appeared to be increasingly frustrated, perhaps getting desperate during the course of the second round, but he was just picked off repeatedly by accurate pot shots from the hands of the man in red. Tall order for this man now, as he fights to get through to the medal podium here at Kielce 2021.
Round 3.
So into the third and final round then. And the man in red was able to establish a magnificent rhythm during the course of round 2, boxing in this type of posture, and this is what he did for practically the entire 3 minutes, playing matador to the onrushing, bull-wearing blue. Hedjidus being reduced to agricultural swings, trying to take his man out seemingly with a single shot, but there's no head movement on his forward forays, so invariably, at least in round 2, he was repeatedly running to punches as he was there, that looping roundhouse right, while Huseynov spins off the line, producing a terrific exhibition of pot shotting and punch picking. Exchange of jabs, Hedjidus looking to use that shot, which was almost absent in the entirety of the second round. Now he's looking to work his way in behind it once again. But he simply cannot solve the puzzle that's standing in front of him, clad in red. But for my money, sat here ringside, he's had more success in this third round than he did in the second by reintroducing his jab. Even though he's the shorter boxer, it's the most important punch in the book. But Huseynov continually picking him off, flicking up shots from around his kneecap, just as he did there. But you see, Hedjidus landed his own jab. So rather than winding up for a home run swing, at least he's getting his own successes in there on an exchange of lead hands. But Huseynov's far more impressive for my money, and with half of the round gone, he's continuing the flow that he established in the second round. There's the lead left hand followed by a right and a left once again, and there is the importance of the most basic punch in boxing, the left jab. Hedjidus completely neglected it in the second round and was given something of a boxing lesson. He's reintroduced it here, and make no mistake, he probably isn't winning the round with 2 minutes gone, but he's had more success than he did in the entire 3 minutes of round number 2 for my money. But there, usual service resumed from Huseynov. You have to credit the commitment of Hedjidus. Oh, now again, there's an example of his frustration, leaving his feet to try and tear his head free from the headlock. And on the resumption, he's put on the end of a jab before the boxers exchange left jab. Now that's bang out of order. That is bang out of order from Hedjidus. And I've said throughout the contest, he's been frustrated, but you simply cannot do that. I think he's lucky not to get away with a warning there, because I think he was the initiator of a blatant foul, tossing his man and then putting him in a headlock. And again, not before time. Roughhouse tactics. This is not grappling, this is boxing. And Hedjidus, the frustration appearing to get the better of him the more this contest went on, and his problems mounting up in the third and final round, because he's been warned, which means that whatever his score total reads in the third round, a point will be removed. But you simply cannot do that in the sport of boxing and hope not to be penalized. But as far as the boxing went, a very good display produced by Nijat Husseinov of Azerbaijan, and he will be going through to the medal podium here at Kielce 2021. Bang out of order for my money. He's still youngsters, of course, but I hope his coaches tell him that that is not the way to conduct yourself. He's certainly got fire in him. That is something that can't be coached, but it needs to be controlled. Otherwise, it'll burn everything
Ladies and
down.
gentlemen, the winner of this bout by unanimous decision is boxer from red corner, Nijat Husseinov, Azerbaijan.
And here's confirmation of a unanimous points decision victory, and Nijat Husseinov, overcome with emotion. The man from Azerbaijan is a medalist here at the Kielce 2021 AIBA World Youth Boxing Championships. A terrific performance. We'll see him come away with championship hardware. Levente Hedjidis, a very spirited individual, but just look at the margin on those scorecards. Dominated in the final round, warned as well, a point taken off.
Number 284.
He's eliminated after his first contest here at the quarter-final stage. But Husseinov through to the medal podium and absolutely delighted with his accomplishments. And there's more to come.
And his opponent representing Russia in blue corner, Robert Badalian. Judge assignment 1, United States, 2 Italy, 3 Czech Republic, 4 Armenia, and 5 Argentina. Referee Gunbold Badrak, Mongolia.
They're then the judges who will be scoring this one. They come from the United States of America, Italy, the Czech Republic, Armenia, and Argentina. There is Rutiaman Saeng Sawang, 18 years of age, 2020 National Championship Youth Bronze Medalist in Thailand. Preparing for his second bout of Kielce 2021 after eliminating the Cuban Yislan Pereira Aura in the round of 16. Here is his opponent, Robert Badalian of Russia, highly decorated 18-year-old who comes in here as the reigning European Youth Championship gold medalist. Our referee is from Mongolia, just checking the equipment before calling the boxers to center ring for the final instructions.
Round 1.
So we're underway then. 49-kilogram light flyweight quarterfinal action between boxers from Thailand and Russia. The boxer from Thailand is Rutiamon Saeng Sawang. Very good display in his previous contest in the round of 16 to eliminate the Cuban boxer. The man wearing blue is Robert Badalian, 18 years of age, as well as being a Continental Championship gold medalist. He's also the National Youth Champion of Russia as well. So patient start to this opening round. Two men who have demonstrated that they are very skillful boxers indeed. Saeng Sawang, switch hitter, can operate equal adeptness out of both the orthodox and the southpaw stance. He likes to play counter-puncher, does the man in red. So too does Badalian. That is why we're having this chess match where there's plenty of watching and waiting. Nice left jab scored from the boxer in blue, catching Saeng Sawang as he was looking to commit. Good burst of punches to both body and head, and then a really eye-catching left cross as Badalian momentarily turned southpaw, and the left hand came from the backhand. With his right foot in front, right hand lead out of the orthodox stance from Saeng Sawang. Left jab was a touching shot to the torso from Saeng Sawang. How about that for a change of angles from Badalian? close the distance, moved to his right and then scored without reply before skipping away. Solid right hand landed by Sang Sawang during that exchange. Badalian says, okay, that's how it's going to be, and he steps in looking for some get back, as Roy Jones Jr. is fond of saying. Right hand over the top is a scoring shot from Sang Sawang. Beautiful shot selection from Sang Sawang. Left, right from around his kneecap, but then look at the left cross success, and then a right jab was a flicking shot landed by Badalian. Right jab, right cross to the body from Sang Sawang. Closing seconds of the opening round. Wow, that has been terrifically contested with some fantastic punch picking from both boxers. Badalian trying to get busy to the body on a 10-second clapper. So the opening round in the book. Skillful boxing in evidence from both athletes. Badalian, who has taken it across the board. Some of the action from that first round. Sang Sawang landed with some eye-catching pot shots, but the greater volume of accurate punches coming from the man in blue.
Seconds out, please. Round 2.
So into the second round then. Tiamont Sang Sawang, national championship bronze medalist last year in Thailand. Here, one win away from a place on the bronze medal rostrum, at least at Kielce 2021. Sang Sawang really loading up with that right hand, lost his shape there as he went reaching with the left, almost looked like a fencer the way he lunged forwards. Now he's getting onto the front foot, and you have to give credit to he and his team for that. They're aware of the context of the bout coming into round 2. Takes a good left hook from the southpaw again, whilst Badalian momentarily turned southpaw to land that left hook, as he did there, pivoting away. Left hook success repeatedly, one from the orthodox stance, one from the southpaw stance from Badalian, who's using the space of the ring now just to repel the front foot aggression that Sang Sawang is looking to impose, having conceded the opening round across the board. And it really is terrific to behold here at Kielce 2021. These teenage boxers between the ages of 17 and 19, they're going to come across a whole variety of styles. And in most cases, in many cases, the boxers have been able to demonstrate different facets of going about their craft. Not just back foot boxers. And they've been able to change their tactics as the situation demands. And you have to credit Sang Sawang for really trying to change things up here. He was engaging in a boxing match in the opening 3 minutes, but he's trying to get over the front foot and be the pressure fighter here in the second round. Make it rough, make it untidy. And look at that, there's the evidence. These two guys aren't friends. There's a place in the Final Four at stake, and their competitive spirits are being stoked by the opponent. Good punch picking off the back foot from Badalian, but Sang Sawang continues his forward march. Terrific composure being shown by the boxer in blue, and look at how he's able to pick off the advancing figure in red. But still, Sang Sawang comes in waves, looking to close the distance and pin Badalian against the strand. But look at that for composure from Badalian, landing a left hook once again. Sang Sawang gives him a shove, which is of course illegal, but he's not given a talking to about it. Look at Sang Sawang desperate to get his hands free and work away. Badalian spoken to about excessive holding. Won't want to pick up a warning for that infringement. But Sang Sawang really has upped his work rate here in round number 2. Badalian has produced some beautiful boxing off the back foot though. Sang Sawang crowding his man, smothering his own work. Badalian holding on and is being warned about that, spoken to about that already. Walks his man across the ring. That could well be the final time that we're going to hear that talking to before a warning is issued. Complete change of tempo in the second round, and it's enough to get Sang Sawang a share of the round for two of the scoring judges. But make no mistake, Badalian's back foot boxing was cultivated indeed, able to neutralize the aggression by movement like that. But Sang Sawang kept on coming for the entire 3 minutes. A bid to overturn the first round that he conceded unanimously. So it is all square for 2 of the 5 scoring judges, for 3 of the 5 observers ringside. It is a 2-point 2018 advantage for Badalian wearing blue. So quite simply, Sang Sawang needs a huge third and final round.
Round 3.
So one of these men 3 minutes away from a place on the medal rostrum, and there's a right-left combination from Sang Sawang out of the orthodox stance, which just caused Badalian to become disorganized. Lands another hard left hook once again. Badalian up on his toes, using the space of the ring, looking to get on his bike and remain out of harm's way, but Sang Sawang really looking to impose himself on this contest. Badalian using every inch of the ring. Nice move from Badalian to dig beneath the left hook, which was swung in with bad intentions from Sang Sawang. And a really aggressive start to the third and final round from the man in red. Exchange at center ring. Sang Sawang immediately on the front foot to close down his opponent once again. Badalian, well, that's the veteran's move there, holding on the blind side. Good shot to the body, but a left hook landed upstairs in response from Badalian. And Sang Sawang perhaps beginning to feel the pace now, but he will not be denied in his pursuit of the man in blue. Continually looking to set about him, but he's being met by some clever punch picking from the man in blue. His head was on a swivel momentarily, looking for the referee. And look at how he's able to use the space of the ring and remain beyond punching range. Sang Sawang literally running after his man a few moments ago. So we're beyond the midpoint of the third and final round. Well, that's perhaps rather harsh in the direction of Badalian, spoken to about keeping his head up when he was the one who was tossed to the canvas. Badalian with a burst of punches to the body. Looking busy over there against the ropes. Counter left hook is a nice shot once again. Well, I wonder whether this is going to be interpreted as Badalian not keeping his head up. He was put in a headlock by Sang Sawang. Both men spoken to about excessive holding. Nice right hand fired in there by Badalian, and a lovely left jab up on his toes. Beautiful right hand as he changes direction, moving laterally left and right and remaining beyond punching range. But look at Sang Sawang, remain committed to his mission of trying to close the distance, but that's just playing into Badalian's hands. He's able to box on the back foot and score with both darting lefts and rights. Physical tactics employed on the inside, the forearm into the face from Sang Sawang, and he's going to run out of time in his bid to score the knockout to overturn the deficit that he faced for 3 of the 5 judges coming into the final round. Very clever display indeed by Robert Badalian of Russia, the 2020 European Championship youth gold medalist, with a terrific display. That's where he became disorganized though, courtesy of a hard right-left that was fired in with accuracy and force from Sang Sawang. It's all square for 2 of the judges coming into the third round. Badalian led by 2 points for the other 3. Let's get the official verdict, which should see Badalian going through.
By unanimous decision is the boxer from the blue corner, Robert Badalian, Russia.
So Robert Badalian through to the medal platform here at Kielce 2021, a unanimous point decision winner, and he is absolutely delighted at what he has just accomplished. And let's give credit to Ritiamon Saengsawang, the boxer from Thailand, really did change his tactics discernibly in rounds 2 and 3 after conceding the first round. In the second round, he was more effective, took a share of it, but then in the third and final round, as he tried to step on the gas once again, he was picked off repeatedly by the beautiful back foot boxing of the man in blue. And it's Badalian who goes through to the final four, where Nijat Husseinov of Azerbaijan awaits. So we move into the 56-kilogram bantamweight division for our next contest here.
Into the red corner, please welcome boxer from Azerbaijan, Azrak Babirov. And in blue corner, his opponents, representing Russia, Alexei Shendrik. Judge assignment 1 Mongolia, 2 United States, 3 Kyrgyzstan, 4 Sri Lanka, and 5 Uzbekistan. Referee Radoslav Simon, Slovakia.
Here then the 5 scoring judges who will be the arbiters of this contest as we move up to the 56-kilogram bantamweight division for men. They come from Mongolia, the United States of America, Kyrgyzstan, Sri Lanka. And the graphic disappeared before I could register where the 5th judge was from. But rest assured, they are here. They will be scoring this one using the 10-point must system, this bantamweight contest between athletes from Azerbaijan and Russia. There is Azrak Babirov, 18 years of age. And the man in the blue corner is 17-year-old Alexei Shendrik of Russia. Comes in here as the reigning European Championship youth gold medalist. Radoslav Simon is our referee. Well, it promises to be a really skillful contest, this one.
Round 1.
And we are underway. 56-kilogram bantamweight action at the quarter-final stage of Kielce 2021. The winner through to the medal rostrum. My goodness, this is untidy. Stern talking to in the direction of Babirov. He was latching on like a limpet on the inside. Third contest of the tournament for Babirov. Again, he's holding on at close range. And surely, given the contrasting stature of the two boxers, that's where he should be getting his hands free and bustling away to the body. Another untidy tangle on the inside, and look who's doing the holding. Well, what an opening minute, because we've seen more holding and wrestling than boxing. Plenty of aggression coming from the boxer in red when they're beyond or in punching range, but then when they fall into this territory, which one would think he would be more comfortable given his compact stature compared to the rangier Shendrik, he invariably is the man looking to initiate the clinch. Here he's looking to work away with the right hand. Beyond the midpoint, he lands a good left hook, but he took a right hand to the body from Shendrik. Right hand to the body was a scoring blow for the man in red. Babirov not really looking to establish his jab in any way, shape or form, and he's been spoken to repeatedly about excessive holding. A warning may be well be forthcoming if he doesn't clean up his act. Nice right hand off the pivot. Spinning off the line was Shendrik, but again, holding once again. This is really dangerous for my money from Babirov. My goodness, we're not even through the opening round and he's been hit with a warning because since the opening bell, he has been holding on excessively. So whatever score he gets in this opening round, Babirov, 1 point is going to be taken off it because he's continually clamping up his man. And the referee has finally, or has chosen, to issue a warning. Well, it really is a surprising set of tactics being employed by Babirov. It's his third contest here of Kielce 2021. He's now remaining at range and he's been put on the end of a scoring jab. Swarming his way inside, not looking to set it up with a jab at all. Digging in hooks at short and mid-range again, but look who's doing the holding once more. That was an incredibly dangerous way to conduct your way through the opening 3 minutes of this bantamweight quarterfinal for my money. And unsurprisingly, Shendrik has taken a round, bring that warning into effect as well. And it's a 2-point round in favor of Shendrik in blue.
А вызови и назад шагами. Да-да. Понял? Снизу и боковой с отстепа. Провалил и тут же да-да. Понял, да? Вызывай перед ним. Вызвал назад. И четко встречный. Или прямой, или снизу в голову. Понял? Да, все хорошо, молодец. Постоянно на отходах. И если будет он держать, Давай, Леша. В эту сторону. Вперед. Не оставайся. Все будет четко. Давай.
Get out, please.
So into the second round then, and the man in red needs an enormous second round to get back on terms because he conceded the first round effectively 10-8 because he was warned for excessive holding and he lost the round 10-9. So a point was taken off. Shendrik, 2020 European Youth Championship gold medalist, following on from the silver he won in that continental event the year before, edging closer towards a spot on the medal rostrum here at the World Championships. Comes in as the 2020 National Youth Champion, 56 kilograms as well. Flashing left hook, just glanced the chin of Shendrik from Babirov, but he's put on the end of a long jab and then a raking right cross as well. There's a nudging left hook on the inside landed by Babirov, looking for that right hand over the top, but he just cannot help himself and he's holding on once again, which I find absolutely extraordinary. He's had one warning already, and if he gets another two, he is out of here on a DQ, which would be an ignominious way to exit the World Championship stage. Swarming forwards and had right-hand success, did Babirov. But look at that, he's holding the forearm and around the back again, right in the sight line of the referee. And I simply cannot believe what I'm witnessing here. I think he's walking a tightrope, Babirov. And there's been no discernible change in his approach after he picked up that warning in the opening round, which really put him behind the 8 ball. And once again, I just find it staggering. Because he's an accomplished boxer, is Babirov. You don't claim national titles in a strong boxing nation like Azerbaijan without having ability. He's demonstrated ability here at the World Championships. Remember, this his third bout, and he's been aggressive. He's been busy, but he's picked off by a right hand. But his tactical approach here in the quarterfinals leaves me absolutely baffled. Being given the benefit of the doubt by the referee for my money here. He lands a right hand over the top, but look at this. This is extraordinary. I really cannot believe what I'm witnessing here, given the magnitude of what is at stake. Second warning issued, And so he's lost this round. Probably going to be 10-8 again. Now, of course, we have to bear in mind that these are developing athletes. They're teenagers. Babirov, 18 years of age, he's going to get more experience, he's going to get better. But it's a big opportunity he's earned here with his skill set to get to the global championships. And for the second consecutive round, he's conceded it 10-9, take the point into account, the warning into account, so the point off, it's effectively 10-8. But for my money, those are problems entirely of his own making. Because he's working in the round, make no mistake, but he's spending more time and exerting more energy on holding his opponent rather than trying to figure out a way to win. So again, these contests, not just about physical ability and conditioning, but you have to be able to think and function under pressure. Jędrzejczyk is demonstrating that, and for some reason here at the quarterfinal stage, this man, as though it's a red mist, has descended on the man clad in red. And he spent more time holding and grappling and wrapping up his man than he has trying to box. And he's put himself in a really disadvantageous position here. And right on the resumption, he goes back to the same habit once again. But he really is committed to his forward forays offensively, but then when he gets into range where you think he would be more suited, given his more compact stature, he's invariably, after one shot, looked to tie his man up, which the spoiling, the roughhousing is certainly not going to win him the contest. And he doesn't want to pick up a third warning from the referee, because that will be all she wrote. That would be a DQ here on the World Championship stage. Not trying to jab his way in, putting all his store in hard hooks, which he did land to the body to good effect there. Hard right hand to the body dug in by the man in red. Put on the end of a rangefinder as Jędrzejczyk just holding out his left hand to measure his man and doing it once again. Babirov swinging and missing. That's a solid left hook, and it caused Jędrzejczyk to become disorganized. Now, has Babirov recognized that, and is he going for an inside the distance finish? This would indeed be an extraordinary turnaround. But Jędrzejczyk appears to have regained his composure and spears his man with a right cross on a downward trajectory. But what a moment that was in this third and final round. We're in the territory now where that is what Babirov needs. He's 20-16 down for all 5 judges after 2 completed rounds. And that is because he's been warned as he takes a hard left hand to the body. He's been warned in the first round for holding and warned for the same infringement in round number 2 as well. But he landed a cracking left hook, which caused Jędrzejczyk to lose his boxing stance momentarily. Jędrzejczyk appears to have sustained nose damage. Less than a minute to go. But Babirov really does need a stoppage here now. Let's see if we can take a look at the gesture the referee makes. And it's a fist into the open palm. So that gesture indicating that this nose injury has been inflicted by a punch. So if this causes the bout to be stopped, then it will be RSCI in favor of Babirov. Good right hand to the body landed by the man in red. Flashing right uppercut catches Babirov as he was coming in. Babirov letting his hands go now. Put on the end of a jab once more. Not trying to jab or bob and weave his way in at all, Babirov. He's just looking to launch an almighty swing, and this is going to prove to be easy pickings for Jędrzejczyk. Well, I think he's been given the benefit of the doubt there, has Babirov, because he's been warned repeatedly for excessive holding. Then he employs a move from the wrestling ring, tossing his man to the canvas. No doubt about the winner in that one. It will be Alexei Jędrzejczyk, who will be going through to the semi-final stage and the medal podium here at Kielce 2020-2021, the 2020 European Youth Championship gold medalist, prevailing in what was a very physical, untidy contest. But there was a left hook that Babirov landed, couldn't follow it up and get his man out of there, and that's what he needed to do entering the third and final round.
Останься, руку пожмешь, что ты? Азербайджан.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this bout by unanimous decision is the boxer from the blue corner, Aleksiej Shendrik, Russia.
Well, Aleksiej Shendrik through to the medal podium here at Kielce 2021. A unanimous point decision winner over Azrak Babirov of Uzbekistan, who really didn't showcase what he could do during the course of that contest for my money. 2 fouls committed in the opening 2 rounds, warned twice for excessive holding, and that is why we have these wide margins of victory when you take the warnings and the point deductions into account. It's Shendrik who goes through to the semi-finals of the men's bantamweight tournament.
Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for bout number 286 in ring A, men's bantam 56 kg. Into the red corner, please welcome boxer representing Kazakhstan, Sabir Yerbolat. And his opponents in blue corner representing Cuba, Horta Rodriguez del Rey, Saidel Ivan.
So we remain in the 56 kilogram bantamweight division, and this one between the boxing powerhouse nations of Kazakhstan and Cuba.
1 Mongolia, 2 Ukraine, 3 Scotland, 4 India, and 5 Slovakia. Referee Sean Rees, United States.
Here then the judges who will be scoring this one. They come from Mongolia, Ukraine, Scotland, India, and Slovakia. Well, here is the man from Kazakhstan, Yurbalat Saibir, 19 years of age. Comes in as the 2020 National Youth Championship silver medalist at 56 kilograms. He took national junior gold back in 2018 at 48 kilograms. His opponent is Saidel Horta of Cuba. He's also 19 years of age, and he comes in here as the 2019 National Youth Championship gold medalist at 56 kilogram bantamweight. Sean Rees of the United States of America is our referee. A seemingly reluctant touch of gloves between these two boxers ahead of this quarter-final to determine who will be going through to the medal platform. We're in the 56 kilogram bantamweight division, and this is a final 8 matchup between the powerhouse boxing nations of Kazakhstan and Cuba. The Cuban boxer is wearing red. That is Yurbalat Sabir, 19 years of age, facing off against his fellow 19-year-old Saidel Horta. It's a third bout of Kielce 2021 for both of these boxers. And the two southpaws making a brisk start, looking to establish the lead right hand. There was a nice right-left from Sabir, slightly taller of the two boxers, but there's a counter-right jab in response from Horta. Good work to both head and body. The head shots were repelled by the gloves and forearms, but the body shot did get through from Sabir. Left hook around the corner from Horta. exchange of lead hands between the two boxers, and there's a right jab without reply, and then a right left landed, got the better of that coming together from Horta. Neither boxer really heeding the command of break. Sabir looking to establish his longer range, but Horta possesses terrific footwork as the boxers exchange jabs once again. Sabir looking to go down to the body. Plenty of skill in evidence, and both boxers really having to work for their openings. Physical on the inside. Horta spoken to about excessive holding. So fencing with the lead right jab now is Sabir. Sabir spoken to about potential rabbit punching, not allowed to hit around the rear of the head, of course. What a combination from Horta, blistering hand speed. He was turning in corkscrew shots during that coming together as well, as he scores with a right jab before Sabir can get his own back. He'll be aware that he conceded that portion of the round. Terrific punch picking from the man in blue. Less than 40 seconds